let's take the first topic, BOPF, Business Object Processing Framework. So typically, when we typically have, earlier we used to have just SAP GUI. So we had a different way of handling our storage and then the processing and so on and so forth. So when SAP, we had SAP GUI, especially in ECC environment, ERP situation, right? And then we had moved towards web user interface. That is, we have talking about Fiori, so we have web user interface. So earlier we used to have something called enterprise portal also. So enterprise portal was there, and then we had moved on to Fiori. So in a standalone system, we have NWBC, NetWeaver Business Client, right? We had NWBC in a standalone system as a front end, and then the back end would be ERP, that is ECC. So front end is NWBC and back end is your ECC, right? And current with S4 HANA, back end is S4 HANA and front end is Fiori. So that's how it is structured. So in that context, we had adopted a different way of representing our database. So there is a history to it by virtue of having the way, by virtue of having some what you call data storage designs and modeling and processing and retrieving and all that, which happened during the supply chain management components, and one of which is TM also.
Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos.
So by virtue of that process, a new structure came into existence. Of course, technologically things have also contributed to it because we had client server system, enhanced into service oriented architecture, and where the modeling of the functionalities was very component oriented, and then you have data storage at one place and data processing also at the same place. So that kind of a modeling is something which SAP has adopted. So basically, service-oriented architecture, exchanging data as well as data modeling. So you have service-oriented architecture modeling and data. So data storage and data processing is happening at one place, in many places, but at the same point. So business object processing framework has been adopted on the basis of service-oriented architecture. Right? What is it? A central technological foundation of TM. So our application SAP TM is based on this technological foundation, and this is adopting a service-oriented architecture where you have the the data storage, data processing happening at different functional components or functionality, different functionalities, right? So that is the background. Modeling data is on a service-oriented architecture way. Okay, this is the backdrop actually, right? So here coming to this, business of object processing framework has data storage and data processing. So there is at both places. Both these things have come together. So data storage and data processing both have come together. We'll see how it is structured in that way. Okay, so that is a new framework. So this is a new framework. So the ABAPers have adapted to this environment, and it is in a sort of a structured way. Of course, initially it will be very confusing and all, but the developers, they find it very structured, and for them to enhance all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that is as we go by. Right. So this is a little backdrop of where the BOPF has come from, and what is the philosophy it is adopting. The SOA, service-oriented architecture, wherein data storage and data processing, they happen together and all that stuff. So BOPF models the storage of data in an object-oriented way, but also merges the processing of data into the same framework. Storage and processing of data is in the same framework. Therefore, data storage and data processing are closely linked. So that is a hallmark of BOPO. So we'll see. So where to find data? Typically, we have this the adapters when they do debug, or even a functional consultant when they do debug, right? Where to find the data, where to look for root cause analysis. That's the main thing which will bother us. So that's the thing which we need to understand, where we need to look at. So the obviously there will be a transaction code where all these things all the BOPF action will take place, right? And that transaction code is slash BOPF, or we can put slash n in front of this BOPF uh, CONF underscore UI. So overview of all BO business objects used in SAP TM is grouped, right? These are all grouping of all this, all the business objects, at this transaction code. So you have business objects, some 265 business objects are seen, then dependent object, master data, metadata, controller objects, technical. So all the objects which are there in the TM functionality can be uh, I mean, this is not TM. This is for all the business objects, and specifically for TM, we need to go into the TM functional area that we will see. So, business process object. This is business process object, right? Store transactional data. What sort of transactional data are stored? Customer transport requests and transportation orders, so and so. Master data, vehicle resources and locations. Metadata could be profiles and settings and so on. So the data which are stored will be stored in the respective business objects. Okay. So now we will see first at this point. So BOPF is a data modeling.
Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos.
Data modeling is with respect to BOPF based on the way the objects are structured, segregated, that refers to data modeling. Okay, but the data storage is in the similarly, data has to be stored in the tables and fields, right? So that is always there, uh, that backend data storage is always the same tables and fields kind of a thing. But then the modeling is slightly, different. So that is what it is. So BOPF deals with the data modeling, and the data storage is the tables and fields that we will see how these things are structured. Now, um, typically, if you let's look at say how data is stored. So if you want to understand in a simple example, for example, so object-oriented data storage by BOPF in a particular instance. So we'll see what that instance is. Either document, either document or a master data. So how data is stored in a freight order? So in a freight order, data is stored as a header. So you have a header and item. So freight order header is freight order number, the carrier, these kind of details